What if you were on a tourist boat and in an instant the sky darkens, a sudden storm rolls in, and the colossal wave you've only seen in movies suddenly appears and capsizes your vessel? Amidst the freezing water, the howling wind, and utter chaos, what would you do? Would your instincts save you, or would they, on the contrary, push you into greater danger? This is not an action movie script. This is the truth of what happened in the boat sinking incident in Quy Ninh, Vietnam on July 19, 2025. This article is not intended to spread fear. On the contrary, it was created to be a knowledge life raft, a detailed plan drawn from scientific principles of survival and the experience of rescue forces worldwide. Because in life or death moments, calmness born from knowledge is the most powerful weapon. Let's learn how to survive, not by luck, but by knowledge. First, you will hear the evacuation signal. It could be a horn or an announcement from the captain's loudspeaker. Listen carefully, and now you must accept the unbelievable truth that is about to happen and that your boat is slowly sinking into the water. Try to stay calm. You don't have time to panic. The natural human reaction when suddenly submerged in water is to panic, flail, and unconsciously hold your breath. But this is the first fatal mistake. Panic makes your heart race, burning the precious oxygen in your lungs and clouding all judgment. Your brain needs oxygen to think logically. If you are in a cabin, put on your life jacket immediately and grab anything else that might help you later. However, if you realize you are running out of time, leave all your belongings behind and quickly save your life. It's about priorities, you know. But if you still have some time, put on all the waterproof clothing you have, whether it's gloves, a jacket, or something to protect your head. The next step, which could be a life-changing turning point, is to get to a safe place. And to do that, you need to strictly follow the crew's instructions. These crew members know the ship well and are specially trained in rescue procedures. That's why you should only act alone if there is no one in charge of the evacuation. If you have no one to follow and everyone around you is screaming, remember two important things. Go up and go out. While doing so, you may see people rushing to the lower decks of the ship, or even to its center. Don't be surprised, that's how panic works. Unfortunately, studies suggest that only 35% of people can remain calm in a critical situation. If you are one of those lucky ones, help other passengers reorient themselves. Otherwise, their actions could slow down the evacuation. Furthermore, panicked people tend to forget themselves, push each other, and cause unnecessary injuries, putting you in even more danger. By the way, when panicking, some people may simply freeze in fear. If you see someone standing motionless amidst the chaos, shout at them. It's an effective way to bring them back to reality. The worst-case scenario is that you're in a dark, flooding cabin. If you panic, you will swim aimlessly, hitting obstacles and quickly becoming exhausted. But if you are calm, you will remember a basic principle of physics. Air bubbles always rise. By swimming in the opposite direction of air bubbles, you are swimming towards the exit. The steps to survive are as follows. Control your breath. Immediately force your body to take a deep breath and exhale slowly. Orient yourself. Open your eyes, look for any source of light from windows or doors. If in a cabin, follow the outflowing water and go against the direction of the air bubbles. Be careful of large floating objects and things that might fall around you. They could render you unconscious, and by the time you wake up, it may be too late to escape. Get out. If you are on deck, jump far away from the ship to avoid getting entangled in ropes or debris. Life jacket. If you haven't put on the life jacket, now is the time to find and wear it immediately. If you are already wearing one, recheck the straps to ensure it is securely fastened. Even worse, what if you are trapped inside? Find an air pocket. Why? When the ship capsizes, air can be trapped inside, creating an air pocket that allows you to breathe. So if you can't get out immediately, try to get to the highest area of the overturned compartment. Stay calm and breathe steadily while looking for a way out. As soon as you get on deck, head straight for a lifeboat. If you can't locate the nearest lifeboat, look for crew members who are helping passengers evacuate. The crew is not allowed to leave the ship until they have helped all passengers to safety. Do not stay on deck with the crew to help them. They will do their job, and you must do yours, which is to save your life and the lives of your loved ones. But suppose you look around and see no lifeboats and start to panic. What then? In that case, try to find some kind of flotation device, like a life buoy, and throw it into the water. If there's no time left and you realize you have to jump from the ship, always check where you will land first. Otherwise, you could hit debris, a boat, or other people and end up underwater. Try to jump as close to a rescue boat as possible, swim towards it, and attract attention by waving your arms and shouting. Once inside, stay calm and wait patiently for rescue. In the meantime, huddle together with other survivors to stay warm and treat any injuries you have. If you cannot get to a lifeboat or life raft, prepare for even greater difficulties. Usually, the water is cold and the sea is rough, both of which reduce your chances of survival. Cold shock can pull you underwater faster than hypothermia can set in. That's why it's crucial to maintain self-control, focus on survival, and distract yourself from terrifying thoughts by counting, recalling poems, or thinking about your loved ones. Your instincts scream, swim to shore immediately. But following this instinct is, in most cases, a death sentence. Useless swimming will burn energy and disastrously accelerate heat loss. The main goal now is to conserve energy, retain heat, and wait for rescue. Stay with the ship. Why? The hull, even if overturned, is a giant life raft. It is much easier for rescue teams to spot from a distance than a single person swimming. Never try to swim to shore unless it is very close and you are 100% sure of your ability. Climb onto the overturned hull. Why? Getting out of the water is the top priority to combat hypothermia. Water makes the body lose heat 25 times faster than air. Even in warm water, hypothermia is a threat. So try to climb onto the part of the hull floating above the water. Help others get up too. Check and gather everyone. Sticking together as a group helps maintain morale, makes you easier to spot, and allows you to keep each other warm. Search for missing people around the ship if possible. Keep everyone close. Look for anything that floats, like spare life jackets, empty containers, life buoys, or large pieces of debris, just like the 3 boys who found the floating bench and survived. The next phase you face is waiting for rescue. If you have to stay in the water, limit unnecessary movements to save energy. Adopt the H.E.L.P posture. Pull your knees to your chest and wrap your arms around them. This position helps reduce heat loss in critical areas. If there are multiple people, huddle together in a tight circle to keep warm. If you are on the hull, sit close together to block the wind and retain heat. Create rescue signals using whatever you have. Things you absolutely should not do. Do not drink seawater. It will dehydrate you faster and cause kidney damage. Do not remove your clothes while in the water. Clothing helps trap a thin layer of water near the skin, slowing down the heat loss process. I hope you've learned a lot. And if you don't know how much stress damages your health and how to handle it, click on this video.